Did, I think you told the story about you got pinned down and Ken Young got the machine gunners.
Well, I wasn't with Ken or Major, what was his name? I wasn't with them. But Ken would never talk about that until years later. And they found this machine gunner in two Germans' observation post, and they were keeping track so that they could direct artillery fire on us. And Ken sneaked up, him and another kid. They sneaked up on this position, and Ken raised up and he said, "I hate to do this, buddy," and he shot two of the Germans.
He got a silver star out of that, didn't he?
He got the silver star out of that.
Then it moved on up into the north of Florence. And were you involved? What did you do on the break up through that line up north of Florence?
Up at Fuda Pass, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was with them when they broke out, and what had happened? The division was going back on rest area. And there was a water point up there. Jack Furtick was the only one on it. The other guys had got killed or wounded or something. And I volunteered to stay up there and help Jack run the water point. And as a result, they transferred me to H&S Company. So H&S Company is where I wound up, in the safety of good old headquarters and service company.
Mm-hmm. Well, sounds like when we got on the Po Valley, what did H&S do out in there? Did you? On the Po Valley?
Oh, we set up water points, and that was good duty, because we'd be the only American troops, and the Italians treated us as liberators.
Yeah. Then war was over in Italy. You came home right away, or did you stay with break up?
I came home right away. I flew home.
Flew home, good.
Mm-hmm.
Down through
I had a lot of points.
Down through Dakar and across to Brazil. And
right,
yeah,
and on up.
Yeah.
And I got discharged at Fort Sheridan, Illinois.
When was that? June or?
You know, it was July 18th.
July 18th.
Mm-hmm.
Finish, good time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
got that mustering out pay, $100 was it? And a ruptured duck.
But then you got back in. So
then I went back in.
What kind of engineering outfit again? Or?
I was with the Topo Engineer outfit. We surveyed all the Southwest Pacific Islands. Our base camp was in Guadalcanal. And that was the most interesting duty of my whole life, was that Topo Engineering experience. We went to all those islands, piles and piles of equipment. There were warehouses with new sedans, new Buick sedans sitting in them, just the rubber all rotted away. Jeeps piled up, just stacked up. They'd stacked them up with cranes. There were boats in the harbors there that they were just going to take out and sink. So much equipment left in the Pacific that could have been used otherwise. But it was just all destroyed because, as I understood it, the manufacturers insisted that none of the military equipment they made could be brought back into the United States to compete with their own product.
Okay. Well, that sounds like quite a career, Gene.
I wouldn't trade it for anything. I met people and saw things that a lot of people have never seen. Sure. And I wound up with a very nice lady there, so.
All the way from Alexandria, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm. And she fed cookies to the Germans, to the German POWs. She worked in a bakery there. She was 15, 16 years old at the time. But you remember how they treated us.